So welcome to the Keep It Simple Astronomy channel live. Today we will work with this telescope. I will show you. The 8-inch Dobsonian telescope with my equatorial platform. The weather here is not very good also, but today I had this opportunity, and finally, since my last live stream, I didn't almost pick the telescope. It was too dusty and clouds or one thing or another, and that's it. And today was like that, all cloudy during the morning, but then the wind saved the day. It's windy, but that's why I'm using the 8-inch Dob. For the new people here, the 8-inch Dob is much more easy to manage against the wind. So I will choose for the live streams, not for my daily adventures, of course, but for the live streams. If it's windy, I will opt by the 8-inch Dobsonian to get you a nice session, of course. So exciting news today, of course. So many times, so long that I was not streaming, and I will talk about my new secret tool that I will get, and things with a focal reducer. Again, I'm working with a focal reducer, the Ship One, as I showed in a video and the last live stream, and today it will be like that again. I will talk about that. Also about the binning and the region of interest. I will talk about that during the live stack because I don't trust this weather, because it's funny. My area within 100 kilometers more or less, it's so hot, and it's like a hot bulb of air that is avoiding the clouds that are surrounding us. So I don't trust that. I will right away connect the platform and the telescope with sharp cap for us to point to an object, and then we talk. Let me just... Hello, Ray. Ray, prepare. Ray, keep working with your... having fun with your Dobsonian and your equatorial platform. One of these days, I will invite you to come back here, you and other people. My format from now will be, it's my desire, always was my desire, to not to do interviews, special interviews, but to allow you, doesn't matter if you are a member of the channel or a subscriber, to invite all of you, as long as it's someone that is loyal to the channel. We invite you to come to the stream. You don't have to be ashamed. We are like in family, and share your telescope or whatever you want with us. And I know Ray is okay with that, because it was a very nice session when Ray was here. Hello, Wasabi. What's up? What's up, Wasabi? Yes, Lisbon is in Portugal, for the people that doesn't know. Wasabi, it's from Lisbon. Are you Portuguese, Wasabi? Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. It's at the center of the country. It's about 300 kilometers from me. And usually in my place we have better at the south we have better weather than the other places in the country. Hey, thank you. Hello, Quasar. Thanks. You can talk with me in Portuguese in the comments. I always answer in the comments in Portuguese or in other language, in Spanish, whatever. But in the videos, I only speak in English for my most part of my audience, and I know that you understand that. Most people. So I will connect the telescope now in just a minute.
Start hoping.
Oh, that's so easy to connect an 8-inch Dobsonian. Now, let's open SharpCap. Here the weather is fine. For the beach. The thing is, when it's dusty, the tourism is not affected, but we in astronomy, we are. Let's connect SharpCap, as usual. An interesting news from SharpCap is that now you can, and I did it, you can buy all at once a lifetime license. Worth it. Because we use a lot of SharpCap. I asked that in the poll. I focused the telescope already. Okay, let's take the picture out of here. And let's see this. Okay, this is SharpCap. It's focusing, it's fine. I'm using the reducer, that's why you can see the stars at the corner with the ship reducer. This is wonderful, this using of the reducer. Let me check the stars. You see? Look. This is a star with coma. Looks like a diamond. It's only at the corners. All the edges, not the corners, the edges. All the edges, especially at the corners. Look at this. Oh, this is a satellite. This is a satellite. This is not a star. But in the 12-inch is impressive. See, now look at the center. Completely different. See, they are very nice. Sometimes they don't look so nice because of the platform tracking. When it shakes, the star moves, but that's only that. Now, yes. Instead of buying each year, paying each year, which is annoying, we can. At least me, I'm tired of the subscriptions. Everything nowadays is by subscription, and it will be more and more. So the chances I have to buy something that I like so much and I know I will use forever until I pass away. Now, let's open Stellarium. When I open Stellarium, my push to system, which is also very nice, I have a video about that. Let me place Stellarium there for you to see. You see? When I open, there's here it is the telescope, the virtual telescope, and now I will choose. Well, I have all this area fine to watch. Because of the wind, I can't go to the north. I place the tarp. The tarp protects a bit the wind. So maybe I have something in mind. Maybe we can try. If I can, let me push the bookmarks. I like the bookmarks, which are the objects that I saw already. And we have, you asked me in the previous live streams to watch the supernova. I think the supernova is, the last one is near M60. It's here. It's near this NGC 4647. I don't know, with the thing today is not very transparent, but we can try with the 8-inch to see what happened here. So what I'm going to do is to point more or less, for the people that don't know, I will point manually. I will do again Star Hope and point manually near this area. I will be oriented by Spica, this star here, It's very bright. And I also use the Corvus constellation here to identify where the Virgo is my way to do it, and it works. Then I can see this like a C letter. Okay, this is the brightest asterism here, and then I point more or less where it is in M60. It's here. So I know that I have to point the Telrad, which is my tool, here. Okay, 1, 2. I will make 2 Telrads manually, this star, and then we'll see. And then we'll see. Minimize. Hold on. Give a like to the streaming meanwhile. It helps. Did I get it? I think yes. Let me check. I think it's there. The Telrad is amazing. If you have Sky for that. Now we will plate solve and then we will check. So what I do, as usual, is this. Where it is. I will show you. I like to show you all the steps because there are beginners that enter in my live streams and watch the replays, and they deserve to know. So I will plate solve. This button here, and let's see if he finds slowly. Why not? Just stupid. First I need, before plate solve, you see, I'm not picking the telescope for a long time. I have to bring the telescope here, down here, with the ASCOM, with this. Let me see. Okay. You see, it's moving. Of course, first I need to do that. Oh, it's near. Okay, now it will work. Now it will work. Let's solve. It should be the galaxy. But there's so many galaxies in Virgo. Yes. Okay, now we go again to Stellarium, and we see where my telescope is. It's near it's the galaxy. You see? Camera. Although I am with With a focal reducer, this is larger. I think I have here, doesn't matter. You see, we are here. So now I will center the galaxy. I will center the galaxy. I will do the trick that I always do, which is here in the mini display histogram to click on this thunderbolt. You see, bang, this all messed, but it will pop the objects. And now I will center manually. Another galaxy here. The 8-inch is wonderful. You see, with the focal reducer, we get also more galaxies around. Now, I will live stack with a focal reducer technique. So, and then we talk. 8 seconds. I think the wind, I can tank the wind well. A focal reducer, it's this one. I have something to offer you for free, which many of you may like. Okay, this is a wrong frame. I will clear. This is what happened with a poor tracking like mine, but that's the way it is. And now we wait for the good frame, which we will see here. 6. I will increase the threshold to 5.5, which means everything below 5.5, it will catch. I think I connect to the platform. Yes, it's connected. Should be the wind. With the wind, look, it's horrible. Something it's happened here. Maybe the wind. I will check in a moment. No. What's happened here? Let me go again to the... No, this is okay. This is okay. But it moved. Maybe it's not balanced because this is height in the sky. These are the things that we have to manage during the live stack. I will insist in the 8 seconds. Otherwise, I will lower to 8 seconds. Now it's good, but we have the satellite here. Yeah, I think 3.5, it's good. 5 and... No, this is bad. I may have to lower to 4 seconds. Yes, I will. I will not complicate. And I will center better. That was something with the tracking. I will center better because with a region of interest, this will be larger. The field of view smaller. It's the wind. I'm listening the tarp bumping against the wall. Doesn't matter. I will use 4 seconds and I will recenter the galaxy a bit better. So I will do again the normal view. Yes, definitely it moved. Hold on. Just again the trick here for me to watch better. May also be the bearings that are not so well tight. Let's try again the 8 seconds and see if now 8 seconds. Could be the bearings, yes, and I think it was. This new system, this new modern system is fine, but let me clear. No, I will try the 4 second. 4 second. Play safe. It's clear. Clean this mess. I think it's there are the bearings are not well tight, but if I tight now, it will move again. But I will have to do. Yes, this is the. Hold on. It's hard today. It's not the bearings, it's the wind. The go-to guys are thinking, hey, this manually it's too hard, but it's okay. Let's do 4 seconds because of the wind. It's the wind, it's getting stronger. I said it's not reliable. That's a good frame now. Yes. You see those numbers? Maybe it was the wind and the bearings. I tightened them a bit and look the difference. All those frames are good and at a very nice level. This is a low value here for around 460, 420 because I'm using the reducer. If I was not using the reducer, the values of the stars, the width of the stars will be larger. Now let's go to the histogram and do the color. Too noisy. Too noisy today. It's the dust. I have a solution for that. Is wait a bit. It's a thing that I notice with this new technique, but this will clean the noise. The seeing is very important because I tried another day. It was horrible. I tried to place the telescope and it didn't work. But I was with a focal reducer and I've noticed strong noise appearing on the image, stronger than usual, and that's because of the focal reducer. It's very nice to get detailed images, more detail, but if you have a bad sync, it will mess the image. That's a thing that it's important to know. And today it's happening a bit that because of the dusty environment I have today. Anyway, I think we can clean. The solution for that is in those nights, during those nights, we take off the focal reducer and use the regular uh, technique of EAA. Is what I do. But maybe it cleans. There's a thing in SharpCap, a new feature, recent feature that I don't like because I tried and at least it doesn't work for me, but it works for many people, for other people. I will show you here. It's the gradient where it's background subtraction. In the pre-processing box, background subtraction, it's off. You can choose those two old ones, simple offset, blended offset. It's to reduce. It's the purpose is for the people that have light pollution. I tried that in the past. It didn't work for me, and for the same reason, it didn't work. The gradient removal, which is a new feature. This works for some people with light pollution. It removes, if you have this on, it will remove the gradient. What happened with me is that the histogram, when I use that, one of these days I show you, gets crazy because while live stacking, you can see that my histogram is stable here. Okay, the waves and these vertical bars, which represent the black level, mid level, and white level, they are all stable and quiet, more or less quiet. With the gradient removal on, this gets crazy. The histograms start moving to the right. Then I have to adjust these bars, of course. Then it moves to the left again. Then it moves to the right without any apparent reason. I tried once, I tried twice, I tried plenty of times, and none of that worked with the 8-inch and with the 12-inch Dobsonian. So I gave up. I gave up. Now, the Supernova, I think it's this. Let's compare. Hello, Carlos. Do you use, hello, Brian. Do you use the gamma setting or change it? No. This camera doesn't, I think all the ZWO cameras now don't allow to change the gamma. They have an explanation for that. I think it's about the people was changing and then messed the image. My suspicion is that people were messing with it, asking so many questions to them, to the support of ZWO, and they were tired of telling explaining the things, and they simply decided, well, this is not worth it, and we'll don't allow anymore. But we can manage the colors here in these bars. You see the noise is getting a bit better. But one thing that I want to tell you, and that is the message I want to tell you, like I did today, it's very important, especially for the beginners. The older ones know already this, I hope. I went outside. I just decided the live stream just an hour before, because I went outside during the day, during the afternoon, during the evening, to feel the weather. This is very important. Sometimes we blame things, the telescope, the gear, the whatever, the software, and it's nothing to do with that. It's the weather, or the scene. And today, I had a feeling that the scene was not good because of the transparency. I still have, although the wind cleaned a lot of dust from the air, I still have dust on the air. During the day, I saw the air. We don't see the dust. We saw the sky is not so blue. Here the sky is so blue, and it was not. It's the dust. It's something in the air. And I felt the atmosphere to know what I had to expect. And I knew by the maps that helped me that I was surrounded by clouds. So probably we going to have, and I'm having, bit of debris of the clouds, the big clouds that are a bit far away from here, but some debris with the wind and mix it with the dust and the atmosphere, and that will reflect on the image like you are watching here. Now you are watching from a device on YouTube, but I can see clearly. I will try to zoom for you to see how it impacts, and there's nothing to do with the camera, neither the software, nothing. I will try to show you. This is the noise. The noise, it's one signal, but here you probably can see some like traces of something. I see many people posting images online everywhere asking what's happened with my camera. I saw these traces here uh, on the image. Usually they are stronger than this. You see a bit of color. This is the thing, or the clouds, or thin clouds, or dust, or whatever. It's sync. It's not. It's nothing to do with the telescope. It's nothing wrong with the telescope. So I want to tell this for the beginners that watch us. Don't worry about that. Just it's like that. We have to be patient. And if I was waiting for the perfect night, I never do the live stream. I wait for the perfect night. I never live stream. I have to move on to if I want to share things with you, and I have things to do to share with you. One of them is my secret new tool I will receive during this week. I will for sure to test it and do my live stream with it. I don't know with which telescope. It's my God, this is a tool that is amazing. And you will say, yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's the Sterizon Nexus focal reducer. Some of you may know, some of you may saw in my last video about the focal reducer. The thing is, I'm having so good results with the Ship focal reducer with both telescopes, the 8-inch and the 12-inch, that I decided to level up. I decided to level up, and I made a deal. I was lucky. I made a deal with an excellent store that I found online. I didn't know about that. It's from Finland, and they will sponsor my next video about the Sterizon Nexus. And I was lucky. They are great guys. I simply was lucky, and I was searching online, and it's out of stock everywhere, or at least in many places here in Europe. And I was thinking, this is like I'm buying a new telescope, a cheaper telescope. It will allow me, if it works, I don't know yet, it will allow me to catch larger nebula, like the Omega Nebula, like the Lagoon Nebula. They will show up soon, like the a larger field of view of the Veil Nebula, for instance, which I can only, with my Dobsonians, I can only saw a bit. See, I can only catch a small area. So it will be an amazing tool that you will love, but be aware that I will still use this technique with the Ship focal reducer. I don't know even if I will place the Sterizon Nexus in both telescopes, if I will use only one. I will test and see if it works fine, and I think it will, because if I can manage a Ship focal reducer, which nobody wants, with both my Dobs and get nice pictures, I will for sure to manage the Sterizon Nexus. You will see soon a video and in live stream real action. Now let's use the bilateral filter and let's check if this is really the supernova that we are watching. Brian. I'm not using, Brian, the background suppression. But you can try. If you have light pollution, you try. But for me, it's the gradient. The gradient, it's working fine for many people with other telescopes. Not for me. I'm sorry, Sharpcat, but not for me. Yeah. Thanks, Carl. It's it's true. This is not the studies on an Nexus, no. Ah, you know them well. Who the film the Finnish shop Astro Art? It's what you are saying, or the studies on an Nexus? You have the studies on an Nexus. You should have. Now, other thing that Sharkup has is the annotation. Some people like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Robin. I don't like it. This is here where it is tools, and where it is Sharkup annotation. What is it? Ah, it's here. Deep sky image annotation. You see, you click here, and then you click here. Please wait. To start, the first time I use it, it crashed. You see, it gives you the name of the galaxies, but only the larger ones. I will take this off. Only the larger ones. Then it starts to move. It doesn't give the smaller ones that we have here, and that ones are the ones that I'm interested in to know. Yes, it's Arizona. Yes, I should know that you. I think this is the supernova. Let's check. Well, it's looking very well here in the 8-inch with a bad thing. Sorry about the thing, but it's tracking fine. Look, all green. At least that we can't have it all. Let's check supernova. Let me open the browser. This is Arizona Next. Is this for the ones? This is the store. Very nice, guys. It was a kind surprise. This store and the Nexus reducer and comma corrector. I will do a video, of course, response for the video, and I will do a video about this. Now, let's see the supernova. So M60. It's easier to know. It's easier to search like this. The lazy way. Keep it simple way. Yes, it's this. Look here. Yeah. It's this. This is a Brazilian website. Yeah. You see? It's exploding. It was. It has maybe how many 100 years, no? Do you know? How long ago it has exploded? I don't know. Maybe some 100 years, no? Let me check again. It's this one, the 2022 HRS. Doesn't say when it exploded. Or it's me that I don't know how to read this. The date of... No, this is not. I don't know. I will explore later. I will not lose time. If you know, put me in the chat if you know the explosion date. I wanted to know. It's interesting to know that. So let's zoom a bit. Yeah, definitely the seeing is awful. We still have noise. Even if we let me check the Instagram, we still have noise. I can lower the mid level to take. See, it's better. Lower, it's better. You see how we tweak the Instagram and we change the things for better. This is the Supernova. The latest Supernova. Now I have another great news that is my street LED light, and I like to talk about this to give you inspiration to do the same. Some of you that have the same problem. I have the street light here, which they changed for a new LED light. It was an old sodium one, and now it's a strong LED one. It messed this up, and I talked with a local politician. I wrote to everybody, but one of them answered me and said that in a few weeks they will solve my problem. From what I understood, they will change again the LED for an old one, which is great for our live streams and for my observations. This is another thing that I wanted to share with you. Other thing that I think it's important. With a ZWO, if you use a focal reducer like I am using a cheap one, a 2-inch cheap one. With this camera, the 294, which has a large sensor. If you use the 1.25 with an 8-inch knob, it may vignette, so it will all the circle, that black circle that it's annoying, it's the vignetting, it will mess your image. This was because a friend of the channel was testing with this focal reducer, 1.25, with this camera, and he said it had not the same results I have with a 2-inch. But I think the 1.25 in other cameras with smaller sensors will work. So it's a question, but I recommend the 2-inch. And many people also ask me why I don't like I don't prefer the binning. I said that in the video about this technique, and it's simple. I will explain here. The binning, as most of you know, if not, the beginners should not. The binning what does is to take, for instance, 4 pixels and blend and bend the 4 pixels into one super pixel. So you lose resolution. With my technique, which is using this, the region of interest, you see here, the right, I'm just using this red rectangle. This means that the camera is only using this area. Imagine this, all this big square is the big rectangle is the sensor of my ZWO 294. When I use the region of interest, I'm saying to the camera, hey, camera, use only this little rectangle and forget the rest. And the camera does exactly that. It uses this smaller rectangle, but with the same pixels. Not the quantity, of course, because it will reject all. It's like it was disconnected here around. But inside this rectangle, this image we are watching here, the camera is using the same pixel size. It doesn't bend any pixel. So I don't lose resolution, and at the same time, I win a faster telescope. I match that formula, which is very simple to use. I match that formula with basically I'm matching the scope with the camera to get the better image. And it's that. Now, one thing that I want to offer you, if you want, just email me if you want. Anybody. It's two things. One is about this matter. If in the video that I made with this, I show a small Excel sheet worksheet with the formulas. I didn't want to go deeper in that because basically there are two formulas there. One, to find with the distance you place your focal reducer to your sensor camera, having that distance in millimeters with a caliper. If you place that there and then you insert your aperture of the telescope, for instance, this one is 1200 millimeters of aperture of focal length. The aperture is 200 millimeters. I insert the 200, and then it makes the calculation to for you to know exactly what is the reduction factor. Because if you place the reducer at the back focus demanded by the manufacturer, you know that you will have 0.5x reduction. But if you change that distance, a smaller distance, you don't want to go further, but a smaller distance from the sensor, you will change the reduction factor, and then you will not know what am I reducing. Less than 0.5, I know, but how much? And then you get that value. And having that value, then the other formula I have is just the formula of the arc second per pixel, which makes the formula and give me the f ratio I actually using. And today it's f4.4. In a telescope, that usually is f6. Today is f4.4. That's why the image is more bright. It's brighter and sharper. It's very nice. And it pops these little galaxies here. So if any of you struggle and really want to use because you have a focal reducer or whatever and want to try or have fun with it, it's an improvement to your setup. And just email me. And another thing I want for you to know, you just email me. It's very important to use. You have to learn this. It's not complicated. I have a video about it. It's to use the sequencer. You notice that when I start the camera, start sharp cap, live stacking, I have all in with sequences. I don't have to be always adjusting the gain and then I forgot the exposure. Uh, oh, this is not in RAW 16; it's in RGB. I have to change. Oh, I forgot to to reset the mini histogram here. The this one you have to reset before the live stack. All those little things that are annoying for me. With a sequence, a simple sequence, the software does it all for you. What I've noticed since this recent feature is that some people don't use it, and I suspect, because this is great, I suspect they don't use it because they don't know how to do it and they struggle. So, if you want, any of you, I send you the sequence already made for me, for my setup. So, you can change. For example, I'm using a 294 camera. If you use a 224 or another one, you just have to change that resolution. You connect the camera when you change the sequence. You have to connect the camera for the shortcut identify, and then you change only that little things or the exposure you want, but the sequence is already made. You don't have the work to think in place the sequence, one for live stacking in X seconds, another for another second, another for another temperature to get the dark. Uh, if you want, I send you my email. Just email me. I answer with a sequence I have, and you can use it. That's it. Now you can see the image is very nice. Let me, if I stretch too much, this is not an easy galaxy, but it was fun to, it was funny to watch this supernova we have here. So once again, yeah, supernova. Yes, Ray, if you want, look, I, let me tell you something. The things I do and I learn, it's to share. Everything I know is to share with you, to help you, because they work for me. Not that I'm a great man. Look, I will show you something. This is for you. Let me show you something. I have this here because I may use this in a video. Look, this is a post I made in Cloudy Night when it was in 2020, December 2020. Okay? Look what the topic is EAA with the Dobsonian. Look what I answer here. He asked me if the software, the shortcut is free, and I said that the pro version is $10 a year. Now it's a bit more, and also you have the lifetime acquisition option. And I said, look, I have blah blah blah. I have the 12-inch Dobsonian and the ZWO 224. I only had that camera at the moment. I start with the ZWO 224. This is to inspire you, the beginners, in EAA beginners. I am waiting for my equatorial platform to arrive. I didn't have yet the equatorial platform. I had a Dobsonian telescope, one, a 12-inch, and a ZWO 224. It was at the time of the Great Conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn. I was exciting with that, and I cocked it with just that, without tracking. The only thing I can share is that I am a visual observer. See if you relate with this. And nothing can substitute the visual magic for me. However, I found very interesting to use my visual equipment, the Dobsonian and the equatorial platform for EAA, just buying a camera. So I had the equatorial platform for visual purpose, but just buying a camera, I thought, yeah, if I just buy a camera, I can do EAA. For now, it's worth it because I could get a snapshot of the Great Conjunction. I'm referring to the SharpCap software. but my intention is to get near live view of few seconds on SharpCap live stacking and complement my visual view with a machine view without complicated image process stuff. And SharpCap, it's not easy for me, but with patience and perseverance, I will get it. Tracking is essential. Now tell me how many of you can relate with this. Oh, SharpCap is not easy. I have to get patient. You have to have patience to learn the SharpCap. But look how fast we can go there. Now this is the because of the rotation, these black edges, and also the tracking. And thanks, Quasar. Yes, it's a supernova. Will it hit the Earth? I'm joking. Of course, you and many people. So I want you to transmit that I was in the same place. I'm not an expert. I just did things that work for me. I invest lots of time in that. I have commitment. That's the word, commitment with my Dobsonian, and made it work because I love this. I'm obsessed with the Dobsonian telescope. You've noticed that already, for sure. So if I can do it, that I'm not a special guy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a question of yes, I want. Yes, I like it, and I want, and that's it. And can go further because if you do this, the snapshot, and then you post process, and do astrophotography, which I don't like. You can do much more, but I like the AA stuff. So with that message, I say goodbye to you. Have an excellent start of the week, and be aware that I will live stream again soon because I think the weather is now changing. Something is changing here. The weather, the summer arrived already here. The dust is cleaning, so I hope that I will have more news for you. The studies on the next with this telescope, with or without it. We will share with you all the stuff. Thank you, Ray. Everybody is welcome as long as it's nice people like you. If you notice, all the audience here is nice people because the bad guys, I just delete them. Okay, and you are protected here. Okay, have a nice week and bye bye. Thank you for being here. Bye.